But the challenges don't stop when you decide to get in the game. Where's my friend who gave that great speech? Is he still here? I don't have my glasses on so I can't see. But you got to get in the game, and you're so right. Because when you stand on the sidelines, it's so easy. There are a bunch of people here who are not here tonight who are on the sidelines. And I don't fault them, because you are the ones who have been chosen. You are the ones who are here so that you can get in the game. And as one of our congressmen says all the time, John Lewis, you are here to get in the way. Because it wasn't old people who were sitting in at lunch counters. It was young people, college students, who were willing to sacrifice, who were strong, who were willing to endure. And so it's not enough just to come here and get an education. That is good and that is important. But it is also important for you to use that education and this opportunity to build a legacy, to build our community, to do something that is greater than you, greater than each of us. And so even though there are moments when it is difficult, and there are moments where I have said, you know what, this is too hard. I can see why education is the way that it is, or I can see why so many people don't have health care. Because change is hard. And people don't want to change. They like to stay just like they are. Even if it's not working for them, they like it because it's comfortable. But I came here tonight to make you uncomfortable. To challenge you to get off the sidelines and come on into the game. Come on into making Black history, not just letting it pass you by. Not just celebrating years ago, but making history and creating the legacy that we have today. One of my favorite quotes, and I think is very appropriate for tonight, is by Frederick Douglass, and it says, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want rain without thunder and lightning. They want the ocean without the awful roar of its many waters. This struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, or it may be both, moral and physical, but it must be a struggle." And so as I take my seat, I challenge you tonight to think about what it is that you've been called to do. Why it is that you sit in this seat tonight when there are other places that you could be. Why it is that we celebrate Dr. King and Rosa Parks and the long list of people and the nameless faces that we'll never know. Why we celebrate them, because the truth is when they were in the midst of their storms and challenges, they weren't being celebrated. They were being criticized and ostracized and demonized. And some of you know what that feels like when you stand up in class and say things that are unpopular. Or you speak out in your family when somebody has been treated wrong. You say the things that other people are afraid to say, but you are willing to say them and take the consequences that go with them. That's what leadership is. That's what making Black history is. And so I leave you with my favorite quote. It's by Dr. Benjamin E. Mays. It says that every person is born into this world to do something distinctive and something unique. And if he or she does not do it, it will never be done. And so I want you to imagine what this world would be like if we didn't have the people that we celebrate this month. Because they were born to do what they've done. And if they had not done it, I guarantee you we wouldn't be sitting in this room tonight. But each of you were born to do something distinctive and unique. And although it gets difficult at times and moments you want to give up and throw in the towel and say, just let somebody else do it, I'm here to tell you that if you don't do it, it will never be done. And so I say Happy Black History Month to you as we celebrate our legacy and we focus on building one. Because each of us has a responsibility to give back, to do the things that have never been done before, to make the history, so that 20 years from now, someone will be talking about not how pretty you were or how nice your Louboutin shoes were, but how you were able to make a difference for somebody else. how you were able to ensure that someone else could sit in these seats and enjoy the fruits of life. And I challenge you to realize that this is our moment. This is not and I love the elders and older people, but I came here tonight to talk to you. Because we are in the same generation where our responsibility is great. And we have more tools at our fingertips available to us than ever before. And so it's up to us to use the power and the influence and the interconnectedness that we have to one another to make a difference, to make history, so that we can celebrate our legacy and continue to build one. And if you don't do it, it will never be done. Thank you.